You know what's kind of funny? Um, you can turn off that logo. I kind of fiddled around with wrong side. All these settings over here off in the land you can't see. Yeah, turns out you turn all that shit off. Who would have thought? So I've been dicking around with some games lately. You know, when I should be studying medical stuff. But you know, that's another point entirely. Um, I've been playing River City Girls, and it's bad. Like, it's really fucking bad. Like, I enjoy bad video games. I like when like some of the dumb shit I've played. I could play dumb shit all day and it doesn't matter to me. But just when you play a game that's really just exceptionally terrible, it sticks with you. I would consider River City Girls like a 3 out of 10. And I hate giving games numbers because it's so easy to just be like, oh, this game's a 10 out of 10 because like when you're in a magazine. I think it was GamePro who had the dude who was like losing his shit the progressively better the game was, and I just I don't like it, man. I There's so much shit wrong with River City Girls that I can't appreciate what it does right. So like the graphics are incredible, the music is fantastic. I have a sneaking suspicion the music was done by the same person who did the music for um, Double Dragon Neon, which to this day is my undisputed king of beat 'em ups. If that tells you my uh, I don't know, my credibility for what beat 'em ups I like. I remember one of the most shocking things that I learned about Double Dragon Neon was just like how much that game got shit on the internet, which I don't think it deserves that at all. I think Neon is absolutely fucking fantastic. Um, God, do we really have to play this fucking game where you're not allowed to criticize something without like unraveling your fucking pedigree? So here we go, man. One of the very first beat 'em ups I ever played was Streets of Rage 2, and that was on. Try not to roll over Mordecai here. Yeah, so I never played Streets of Rage 2 until this shit. I can admit it. And because I'm sure I've talked about it before. My dad just didn't hang with fighting games. That just wasn't allowed in my house. So I didn't really get to enjoy some of the classics like oh fuck you, you cunt. I just walked by. Um, you know, it's there's so much that goes into making a good beat 'em up, and River City Girls somehow manages to do absolutely none of it. And it's kind of incredible how it goes out of its way to be bad. Um, Somewhere between every goddamn enemy feeling exactly the same, or just the the bosses. If I were any good with computers, this would be the part that I would interlace the um, that webum of adobo or adobos and chili sauce, whatever the fuck, the Giga Nigga 3000. You know that dude, where he just literally like snaps in the air and just boomerangs to hit Misako. That's not the only incident of that. Okay, that River City Girls is fucking full of that. And just every boss somehow manages to feel worse than the last. And me and my buddy, we have played every fucking beat 'em up you can name. And to really drive this point home, one of the first beat 'em ups we ever played together was when we were like 8 or 9 years old, and I was staying over at his house, and we played goddamn Stone Protectors for the Super Nintendo. And if you don't know what that is, that's that bullshit where they tried to sell troll dolls to boys. So about as fucking good as you can imagine that is. There was an old Ashens video where he had this like muscular pink-haired troll doll. That was a bootleg Stone Protector toy. So that existed at one point, and it had the actually passable beat 'em up. I mean, I just, that game cracks me up. Him and I, when we walk past each other in my house, I'll do that like swagger, that Angus or whatever the fuck his name was. God, I gotta play that soon. But just, oh man, it's River City Girls is bad, and that's a shame because there was so much marketing to it. There was so much like build up to it, and it's just terrible. That game needs some TLC loving in the oven. Something. It needs a couple weeks pick me up. Full disclosure, I did not buy the game, and I know that's sacrilege to admit, but my one of my Discord friends, the game has like no copy protection. I'm not trying to encourage this, by the way. I'm just saying that I'm a fan of try before you buy, and I've mentioned before, you know, my prolific. I've got the same goddamn no intro sets that everybody else has. Okay, let's not kid ourselves here, but that doesn't stop me from like throwing money down when money. I can't believe I'm trying to fucking like justify this. The point I'm trying to say is I wanted to love River City Girls because I love all of WayForward's games. I bought Mighty Switch Force Collection again. I swear to God, if you could like program that into a goddamn like insulin pump, I'd buy it there too. Fuck it. Paddy Wagon kicks the shit out of fucking Shantae, okay? That's what I'm trying to say here. That was the whole point of this video. God damn, Paddy Wagon's juicy butt cheeks. That's what we're talking about here. But if I had to wrap this shit up, I feel like WayForward spent more time trying to like butter up to D-list YouTubers coming from an F-list YouTuber. Let's not kid ourselves, I'm Z. But just, there's so much that needs done to that game that I wouldn't even remotely call it done. And that's a real shame because just the power of marketing. The game itself looks and runs fine, and as always, WayForward's sprite work is just triple S stylish tier. And this is gonna sound so lame, but just like my one wish is that I could shake hands with all of the artists. I feel like that kind of appreciation is underappreciated. Just look them right in the eye and go, "Hey, amazing job." Guest starring Mordecai, trying to eat my fucking diffuser here, but it's just, and $30, man, like, I feel like $30 is trying to justify the cost of sticking the fucking Game Grumps in the game. Like, Double Dragon Neon was a way better game with way more replayability for half the price. And shitty PC port of Neon aside, you know, because when we talk about Double Dragon Neon, you're talking about a game I bought on fucking Xbox 360. Like, it was one of the very last games I bought before I moved out of my parents' house. Like, that's how ancient that game is. And it's just, what a legitimate shame that River City Girls references Double Dragon Neon, but does not even begin to hold a candle to it. So if somehow by some weird association, like I said, like I always joke around, I'm huge in Korea for some reason, but somehow if you came across this video, if I could be like the realest, most humble person here for a second, if you're on the fence about River City Girls, don't. There are so many better beat-em-ups. Mother Russia Bleeds was just on sale. I could talk about that game forever. There's always Fight and Rage or whatever that gets shilled a lot. That's a pretty good game too. The Sega Genesis Mini is coming out. That's got Streets of Rage 2 and 3 both on it. I think it just has 3. I think it's got Streets of Rage 3 and then like Golden Axe 1. But regardless, why buy the Mini when you can just buy the Sega Genesis collection? I mean, for fuck's sake, Sega's tricked me into buying it like 10 times. I just showed you like one of the oldest ones they've done. I mean, goddamn, I bought Sonic's collection for the 360. Well, the original Sonic's for the GameCube. I had Sonic Mega Collection, Sonic Gems Collection, Sonic's Genesis Collection. I just like the most recent time. What is it? I've got the Genesis Collection on Steam. I had that before they programmed in the 3D bedroom you could walk around in. But then I bought it again. This desk is a little unstable. I bought the collection again for Switch. I even bought... Fucking stop dropping shit for 2 seconds. I even bought this bastard, which, again, cry at me about pirating all you want. With Blockbuster and Hollywood Video and all that shit gone, I mean, I'm a fool. I buy enough dumb shit that, I mean, how many times do I talk about like buying controllers for like one game? So, you know, I don't, you know, I hope you know, because I don't know where this is going, but as it stands at this moment, River City Girls is not even remotely close to anything resembling finished. I feel like I feel the same way about River City Girls that I feel about Mega Man 11. It feels like it was somebody's fan project that was allowed to be released. And I know that's kind of a loaded statement, because the problem here, like, this is where the two halves branch off. So what I just said about it feels like a fan project that was allowed to be released. Here's the thing. Mega Man 11 is fucking amazing. And River City Girls isn't. So, if somehow this gets to WayForward, just please, for the love of God, tighten that shit up. Because what you have there is good, but like I said at the beginning of this, just there is so much that there is so much wrong that I can't appreciate what's good.